Good morning. Welcome to the course Grammar and Usage for Undergraduates. We are going to learn about verbs in this module. Verbs are of two kinds. One is the main verb that explains the meaning of an action. Another is auxiliary verb. Main verb is generally called as content words because it conveys some meaning, some sense. Sit, sing, run. So it denotes an action. Okay. So that's why it's called content words. It is actually a main verb. Okay. Second kind is an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb is otherwise called as structural words because when you form a sentence, it should denote the tense. Okay. So these auxiliary verbs helps us to denote the tense, and both the main verbs and auxiliary verbs should be put together to form a sentence. Okay. Verb is an action word that describes what the noun is doing or performing. For example, Douglas is walking. Okay. The action walking is denoted by the verb. Then the next kind, auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs, we have different subcategories. They are be verbs, have verbs, do verbs and modals. These be verbs, have verbs, do verbs also denote the tense. Okay. First one is be verbs. Be verbs are am, are, is, was, were. Okay. I am an engineer. I am not a doctor. Okay. I am an engineer tells you what you are now. I am not a doctor is negative. Okay. It tells you what you are not. And we do have some contracted forms also when we write these sentences. I am can be written with apostrophe and am. Okay. And next verb is are. The contracted form of are is apostrophe re, are. Okay. Example sentences. We are going to college now. Affirmative sentence. We are not going to college now. Negative sentence. Negative not can be written in contracted form as N apostrophe T. Okay. Are we going to cinema? Are we going to cinema? Interrogative. Okay. Next be verb is. The contracted form of is can be written as apostrophe and S. He is studying. He is not studying. Okay. Example sentences. He is studying. He is not studying. Next be verb is was. He was a TV serial director. He was a TV serial director. Another be form is were. We were performing an important surgery then. We were performing an important surgery then. Were. We move on to have verbs. Have, has, had. Have and has for present perfect tense. Had to be used in past perfect tense. Have. The contracted form of the verb have is apostrophe ve. Have noticed the change. Example sentence. Have noticed the change. Has. Has is used for third person singular. He, she, it. Okay. Glenn has launched his YouTube channel last year. Glenn has launched his YouTube channel last year. Here, Glenn apostrophe s is equivalent to Glenn has. That apostrophe s means has here. Okay. Sometimes this apostrophe s is, sometimes has. Depending upon the meaning of the sentence, it should be assumed when you read a paragraph or a sentence. Had. Next have verb is had. Contracted form of had is apostrophe d. I had met Rahul nearly 10 years back. I had met Rahul nearly 10 years back. Okay. This apostrophe D is equivalent to had. We move on to do verbs. Do, does, did. Where do we use this do, does and did? Usually in questions. WH questions and yes or no questions. Do you like it? Where do you come from? So in yes or no question and WH question, this do verb is commonly used. Interrogative sentences with do verbs. How do you do? How does she perform? What did he say? Okay. Now we move on to modal auxiliaries. Okay. Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought, dare, need. These come under modal auxiliaries. Can denotes ability and permission. Helen can complete this project by deadline. Helen can complete this project by deadline. Helen is able to complete this project by deadline. Helen will be able to complete this project by deadline. Can denotes the ability to do something. Can you accompany me? Here it is asking permission. Could you come with me? It means you are seeking permission. Are you free? Are you available to come with me? Can you accompany me? Then could. Past form of can is could. He could help me when I was in need. He was able to help me when I was in need. He could help me when I was in need. Moving on to the next auxiliary, may. May denotes probability and permission. Okay. Roshan may be available tomorrow. It denotes probability. He may be available or may not be available. Roshan may be available tomorrow. Second usage is seeking permission. May I come in? May I come with you? Okay. So it denotes seeking permission. Might, the past form of may is might, which says it's less likely to happen. Suppose you use may. When you use he may come tomorrow, there is 50% possibility that he may come tomorrow. Okay. But when you use might, for 75%, it's less likely to happen. Okay. The possibility is very less. Only 25% possibility is there. For 75%, he will not come. In that sense, might should be used. Okay. The mechanic might repair your two-wheeler today. So, probably he is having quite a lot of vehicles to repair and it's not possible to complete it today. So, the mechanic might repair your two-wheeler today. So, next one. Must. Must is when you compel yourself, you do use must. I must complete this work today. I must take a break. I must go for relaxation. You compel yourself. In that sense, you use must. Present and future. I must complete it by this week. I must complete my project by this weekend. Okay. So, when you compel yourself, you use must. Okay. Its past form is had to. I had to hand over the responsibility by last week itself. Okay. The past equivalent of must is had to. I had to hand over the responsibility by last week itself. Okay. We move on to ought. Ought denotes unfulfilled obligation. The obligation is there, but it's unfulfilled. You ought to have informed him that the printer was not working well. Okay. You should have informed him, but you didn't inform. Okay. Unfulfilled obligation. You ought to have informed him that the printer was not working well, but you did not inform. That is the case. Shall. Shall for the subject I and we to denote the future tense. Shall was used and nowadays it is replaced by will, but still shall is in practice. I or we shall be obliged to your norms. Okay. I shall be obliged to your norms. We shall be obliged to your norms. Okay. Should denotes obligation. Okay. I should come with you. Okay. I am obliged to come with you. Okay. Should denotes, the past form of shall, should denotes obligation. The next one is will. Will denotes future tense. I will come with you tomorrow. Okay. I will come to your home tomorrow. Okay. Will denotes future tense. I will help you. Would, which is the equivalent of will, the past form of will. Example, I would like to bring to your kind attention that you can add on. Okay. Here, would is equivalent to will. Okay. But would sounds more formal than will in this context. I would like to bring to your kind attention that. Okay. Now we move on to semi-modals. To need, ought, dare. Okay. Now we move on to need. You need a good mobile phone and a microphone to take a video. You need a good mobile phone and a microphone to take a video. Okay. Whatever is your need, you mention using the semi-modal need. You need not pay loan dues for the next 3 months because of Corona moratorium. Need not. The opposite of need is need not. You need not to pay moratorium for the next 3 months as there is some excuse, okay, that you can utilize. Semi-modals. Next one is to dare. Okay. How dare you read my personal diary? How dare you step in? How dare you question me like that? Okay. She doesn't dare to say anything. Okay. She doesn't dare to say anything, or she dare not to say. Okay. It depends upon whether you use dare as the auxiliary or does as the auxiliary. Okay, you need to differentiate accordingly. Moving on to the next one, used. I used to drink buttermilk daily, which is good to health. I used to drink buttermilk daily, which is a habit. She is not used to go to cinema theatre. She is not used to go to cinema theatre. Okay. So, it's all your habits. Now, to sum up, verbs, that there are 2 types. One is main verb, another is auxiliary. Main verb communicates action, meaning of an action. Okay. And there are auxiliary verbs also, which should be used when you form a sentence. The auxiliary verbs are used to denote the tense. Okay. Under auxiliaries, you have modals and semi-modals. Both main verbs and auxiliary verbs are very, very important when you form your own sentence. Thank you and wish you happy learning.